swimming around in the water. And then one day a couple of fish had a retard baby, and the retard baby was different, so it got to live. So retard fish goes on to make more retard babies, and then one day a retard baby fish crawled out of the ocean with its mutant fish hands, and it had butt sex with a squirrel or something and made this retard frog squirrel. And then that had a retard baby, which was a monkey fish frog. And then this monkey fish frog had butt sex with that monkey, and that monkey had a mutant retard baby that screwed another monkey, and that made you. So there you go. You're the retarded offspring of 5 monkeys having butt sex with a fish squirrel. Congratulations.
A number of transitional fossils do exist. In this video I will cover human evolution, seeing as that's the most interesting one. I will later add more to the series as time goes on. First, however, it is necessary to define a transitional fossil. Organisms are classified on a hierarchical series, where organisms with similar taxa or characteristics are classified on one hierarchical level. Over time, different clades or lineages diverge. Transitional fossils are the remains of an organism near the point of clade divergence. So, we should see both plesiomorphic traits and derived traits in the species that is said to be transitional. I'm going to list 2 traits for each species I mentioned. The first trait will be plesiomorphic, the second trait will be derived. I'm going to start at the beginning with the earliest monkeys. 36,000 to 32 million years ago, the genus Opidium appeared. Opidium is the oldest primitive monkey known in the fossil record. Opidium had smaller canines than later monkeys such as Parapithecus, but his scapula was similar to modern squirrel monkeys. 33 million years ago, Egyptopithecus, or linking Egyptian ape, appears. Egyptopithecus bridges the gap between Eocene ancestors of old world monkeys and Miocene ancestors of Hominidae. Egyptopithecus was incapable of true brachiation, unlike extant apes, but derived an increased size in the visual cortex. Between 27 and 14 million years ago, we find Proconsul. Proconsul is universally accepted to be intermediate between ape-like monkeys, such as Egyptopithecus, and later apes, including hominids. Proconsul had monkey-like wrists and cranium, but lacked a fully formed tail. 13 million years ago, Pyrrholopithecus was a European ape which is considered to be the predecessor of the great apes. Pyrrholopithecus had relatively short fingers and walked in a similar quadrupedal fashion like baboons, but had a flat, wider ribcage, like great apes, used for tree climbing. 4.4 million years ago, Ardipithecus appears on the fossil record, a woodland hominid adapted to quadruped arboreal locomotion, but also for bipedalism. Ardipithecus had a foot thumb rather than a big toe. Its hind leg was dominant, which means bipedal locomotion while walking. However, they were quadrupedal while climbing trees. 4.4 to 2 million years ago, Australopithecus was born. Australopithecus had curved phalanges, indicative of some tree climbing, and is credited with being the first known genus of fully bipedal apes. 2.5 to 1.5 million years ago, we have Homo habilis, an early human which is the morphological link between Australopithecus and later human species, perfect intermediate between early hominids and later humans. Foramen magnum, the large opening in the occipital bone of the cranium, is not positioned as anteriorly like in modern humans, giving a slightly semi-erect appearance. Homo habilis has increased brain size ranging from 510 to 800 cubic centimeters, including a bulge in the Broca area, possibly the first hominid to use rudimentary speech, and is associated with the first use of stone tools. Evolving from Homo habilis is Homo erectus, which appears around 2 million to 1 million years ago, a very successful hominid which was probably ancestral to both modern humans and Neanderthals, probably the first hominid to leave and successfully colonize territories outside of Africa, still retains a heavy brow ridge and lacks the complexity for modern human language, but does show an increase in the Broca area. Rounder and larger brain than Homo habilis, and probably lived in bands and was an active group hunter, possibly the first hominid to use and produce fire. And at about 5,000 years ago we have Archaic sapiens. Archaic sapiens were the immediate ancestors of modern humans. From From the archaic sapiens, we get several divergent clades, including Homo sapiens. In fact, archaic sapiens is better described as Homo sapiens, while we are better described as Homo sapiens sapiens. This also affects the names of said divergent clades. For example, we have Homo sapiens neanderthalensis, otherwise known as the Neanderthal. Neanderthals were generally only 12 to 14 centimeters shorter than 21st century humans, had a low, flat, elongated skull, and had a considerably more robust, stronger build. Homo sapiens floresiensis, nicknamed Hobbit. The most obvious characteristic of the Hobbit is its size. The size we have of current adult fossils are 3.6 and 3.7 feet tall. In addition to this, they had surprisingly small brains. However, certain areas of the brain associated with self-awareness, such as Brodmann's Area 10, were about the same size as modern humans. And finally, we have Homo sapiens, the only living species in the Homo genus of bipedal primates and Homidae, the great ape family. Anatomically, modern humans originated in Africa about 200,000 years ago, reaching full behavioral modernity around 50,000 years ago.
We now return to Carl Sagan's Cosmos, edited for Rednecks. I'm Carl Sagan. Just how old is our planet? Scientists believe it's hundreds and hundreds of years old. Scientists have determined that the universe was created by a God. Big Bang. If you look at the bones of a Sasaurus Rex, it's clear by the use of carbon dating that Mountain Dew is the best soda ever.